the biggest win of the night, I think you have to say, is A&M over Notre Dame.
No doubt.
What an
they never win that game.
how about
Never.
Marcel Reed?
I love that kid.
Whew.
Love
Dig
him.
him.
I'm so happy for Elko. Saw our guy Lucci on the sidelines giving some fist pumps. No, that was a game. I had Marcel Reed circled all off season because I looked at this game and I saw what they got. I mentioned Concepcion. That kid's a stud.
The
And
NC
then,
State wide receiver transfer.
Yeah, but then the other one from Mississippi State he had 170 at half tonight. What's his name? Not Crowder.
Craver. 7 for 207. Damn, that's a number.
And Elko said he went to his guys and they were like, Coach, that guy last year for the Mississippi State, he was the hardest guy we had to guard. Boom.
That's your best scout is your go to your guys. Hey, the guy that plays for us now, we couldn't stop.
No doubt. But to see the dominoes fall that always do at Notre Dame for a home game with the Irish. And one thing with the broadcast, can we stop showing Tyler Buckner and the poor tight end who had the holding call? Like, what do you want them to do, man? Like, the game is still going.
That was tough.
I just thought that was low. I didn't like that at all.
I have a question. Did you? And what we're talking about, obviously, people listening to this, they know what happened after Notre Dame went for it on a fourth down, had a couple of great plays. They scored a touchdown, going to go up by 7. Extra point snap is bobbled, and instead of being ahead 7, they're up 6. And then A&M returns the kick for a touchdown. There's a hold 17, the tight end.
He tackled him.
Right. But the thing that sucks from A&M's perspective is it had nothing to do with the play, because by the time the ball's being received, the guy that he tackled is up on his feet. But they had to throw that flag. They missed a hold on the fourth down on the last play, I thought. I don't know. Did you see that? I
didn't see the hold. I was watching the last play.
Well, I watched the last play, and then I went back, and I'm like, oof. Amazing on a field where Notre Dame's gotten some calls through the years. They might have missed a hold on the last play, but Reed, in a gotta have it moment, got it.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about those are like two of my favorite head coaches in the sport, and I was fired up for this game, knowing what A&M could be this year, and again, they're in that Tennessee tier
of close but sort of star-crossed. Always something bad happens.
And crazy passionate fan base, and enormous fan base, but they never could get over the hump. I mean, I was reading this week, the last time they beat a top 10 out of conference opponent was 79. They went to Penn State and won. So it's been a while. Like that fan base knows pain, just like we were talking about the volunteer fan base. And you go to Notre Dame, you get a punt blocked, you get a personal foul. You saw Elko slam the chair. Like, we can't do this shit, guys. Like, you can't do this shit if we're going to try and win a game on the field. And they overcome all that and win the game. I think it's a huge, huge moment for Elko in that team. And I also am really happy for Colin Klein because, our guy Ciancia that writes the Pick Six preview, he has a good thing about it. He calls it a second-year coordinator bump, second-year coach bump. And I think you've seen that with Colin Klein learn a lot about coming from the Big 12, playing in the Big 12, and then being a coordinator in the SEC last year and having to, dice roll quarterbacks back and forth. And now he has his guy. He has his system implemented. He gets 2 wins to start the year, knowing that you're coming to Notre Dame, and they were fantastic.
Notre Dame needed it more than them too, and and they didn't get it. That's a tough one because if you look down the road for the Irish after they lost at Miami, and no shame in how they lost, it's a close game, but in terms of where are the wins Notre Dame's going to get that are going to grab grab your attention and say, "Ooh, that's a big one." I mean,
they lost one today with Pitt.
Well, I'll tell you a game they better be real careful with. They go to Arkansas, and let me tell you something. Taylon Green is, of all the people I watched today, I thought, man, it would be fun to watch that guy and root for him to be your quarterback. And Petrino is dialing it up. Their offense, they lost by 6, getting 6.5. No big deal. But that Green accounted for over 400 yards, 300 through the air, 100 on the ground. They're going to beat somebody. They had the ball and are going in to beat Ole Miss in Oxford, and no one's defense made a play, but the Rebs stripped it, and they were able to get a first down, which allowed them to take knees and win by 6. But Notre Dame plays at Arkansas. Hogs are good, and Green is as dangerous a quarterback as you're going to face. But other than that, I guess do they play SC? So they'll get the USC game.
SC comes to them.
They've got to have that. Gotta have that. And I mean, they're Notre Dame. So if they only have 2 losses and they're by 3-1, people probably aren't going to say, well, I mean, there's a dozen people. Notre Dame, if they win all their games, I'm sure they'll be fine.
Scott, we were talking about today. There's going to be some really good 3-loss teams that are going to have way better wins than they have.
They're not named named Notre Dame.
I understand that, but this is the new age that we're in.
I understand. Look, that's why I'm saying this was a much right before that last play. I'm thinking Notre Dame has to, they got to have it. They got to win this game, and they didn't, because Marcel Reed, throw and catch, and that game was spectacular. I was watching it, I'm thinking, how's this game this high scoring? And I feel like the defenses have actually made some plays. You know? I felt like there's good talent on both sides of the ball, on both teams on that side of the ball, and your final ends up at 41-40. But I don't know. Reed, I thought was great all night. I know you're a fan of Elko, and we're both big fans of Freeman as well. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Elko, but anyway, that game was awesome. And then the game in Baton Rouge, I don't know, if you've got anything else there. I'm not trying to just steamroll on to the.
No, I just think so. You still think 2-loss Notre Dame gets in?
I mean, they're Notre Dame. SC's gonna win a lot of games, I think.
I think SC's good.
I agree. Bang that big ass drum, Purdue.
And I also think Barry Odom's a hell of a coach, because they're as improved as anybody.
They turned it over twice in the end zone. And I know our friend the Bear was looking for some scores there to add up.
Me too.
Didn't add up to enough. But yeah, no, Odom's a ball coach, and Purdue's much better, which is part of the reason why I liked him.